And hello, everybody. Welcome to our second match of the night between Space Rangers and Orange Grove. I am, of course, Luno, joined by Mr. Z. How are you? How are you on
Not
this fine night?
too shabby, and we're getting right into the action really quick here. Um, we see we can see Uwu is on this team. Oh, nice. Anyway, we see attackers starting to come in on Freedom Scepter here. This bank, um, kind of getting the action real quick. It looks like it's a 3-2 split off of manager, but the manager looks like it's going to get held down by Nuclear Gandhi, Ripper, and the Gingerbread Man as they start pushing in. Sweetie and Unlucky, Space Flare all just starting to work their way in through loans, but I mean there is nobody covering that as all the defenders, literally all five, are just holding security and accounting. Button, it looks like they're just giving up, which is kind of surprising to me because normally you want this is a double objective style map, so you want to, you know, hold both objectives. It makes it a lot harder for attackers, but we're seeing them starting to push in here. There's nobody there, and there's the blow on manager as they start spilling in. Ripper is the first one to go down by Raba. Is Su XO picks up the second. Surprisingly, all five defenders being in one place, not the best as they start just lighting up managers. Door does get open. Flash goes out, and Gingerbread Man goes down immediately right after. They are just getting mopped up right now, and that's it. Clean sweep. No attackers down. Abara literally has 2 hit points left, maybe 5. Is it 5? I can't tell. 7, a whole 7 hit points. So yeah, really clean. That window paid dividends. I thought they would have that more pinned down with a heavy cross here, but they just never engaged on the green door. Yeah, Sue with the triple.
Yeah, that was quite an interesting setup by Orange Grove there. They all decided to sit inside of accounting. I mean, I'm assuming they heard them red. They were expecting them to go red. They must not have even realized that half their team was already pushing their way into button. I like the idea by Space Rangers, though, to try to, their plan was to at least contest some people by teller, hit the button, have a squad go in to try to get into vault, but instead they ran into the whole team, and that is a textbook example of why you don't have your entire roster in one room. Flashes are dangerous, and there is friendly fire, so it gets really
I'm not
clustered
sure
in there fast.
I'm not sure how many people got flashed there, but like I thought, okay, maybe they're gonna do a thing where it's like, okay, we're just gonna give up button, and then we're just gonna play off of the actual,
the door kicks probably, right, from like
well, you play off I thought they were going to play off the green doors on managers, right? Okay, cool. And then you would have some people go into the actual like vault and play off of that. So you drop 3. Okay, they open the door. Okay, we have 3 run off and play off of the vault, right? But they didn't even do that. They just sat in the accounting and died. Oh, that was pretty brutal. All right.
Yeah.
So that brings us over into this kill house, Pale Falcon. It looks like
This is a real interesting one. I mean,
yeah,
they have a wide open club, a green that's all the way across the map, another red door that's actually being held by a pillbox as well. One that you can't really, I mean, you could smoke it off, but it's still clustered. There's a lot of angles to cover once you blow in the hallway. A lot of wallbang potential, obviously, on Kill House. So it looks like Space Rangers are going to try to green this and go straight into lockers here with the wall. I actually kind of like that plan. Opens up another avenue into the site, and will make it a bit easier for them to try to execute, as obviously green pushes are not always the easiest ones.
Yeah, I wonder if any of the defense is going to dedicate themselves to playing off of this reception bar area. Is really cool because it gives you this transfer point where and they are. All right, Gingerbread is going to play off of this. I really like this idea of, hey, I can try to stuff or get info. Hey, they're going green. Hey, they're doing whatever, right? And then you can duck out through the door, right, into an actual more fighting position, even falling back off of here, right, and just playing off of that position
for sure.
And then it allows you to continue to rotate around, right? Like I really like that. As we see the attackers starting to spill down onto the south side of reception, it does look like Gingerbread's just chilling out off of that bar, waiting for somebody to push in on club, but nobody's really going to be there.
Mm. Looks like the attackers brought an extra clacker too. Sue's got one a clacker.
That might be an issue.
That might be an issue. That might unexpectedly turn some of the situations
No,
in the next
I
one.
only see one. Sue's the only one that's got it. They've got frags and stuff. Sweet Tea's got nothing on them, so
all right, yeah,
we're good. Okay, wall charge goes down, and there are only 2 defenders on site. No utility though. Frag goes in, and that's about it. A bar gets dropped right away as they're starting to spill in. Space gets picked up right after. Sweet Tea falls right after that. This is actually looking pretty bad. As Sue is now the next one to start, finally picks up Ripa. As they start just lighting each other up, Sue finally goes down. Unlucky, now the last man standing versus 3, and finally gets picked up with the pistol. Oh man, Gingerbread Man putting a exclamation point on that play.
Well, that was
just stop that sentence just outright.
that was I mean, it was definitely a dogfight there in lockers, but Orange Grove figuring out how to come up on top there.
Yeah,
brings this match to a 1-1.
Yeah, some good wall bangs there as they were trying to approach in on that play. Lack of utility. That was the downfall there. They had the jump on the defending team. I don't think they would have in a million years thought they were going to use the wall charge there. 2 flashes would have cleared that whole room, and there was 0. Uwu ran in with no utility whatsoever. I'm kind of surprised by that. Thought there would have been more flashes. You know, that was like the one mistake that it was just you could have taken room control after that, and just held the doors. There was no way the defenders could rotate in any other way except for running all the way back through reception and then coming around behind them, or engaging from that bar area. That was basically it, to be able to cover from that other side. Mm-hmm. And yeah, if they would have just flashed in and gotten control of the doors, they would have been fine.
Yeah, and we were making mention of that earlier in the round too. The utility just didn't seem right for them. They had a clacker. I don't even think they had a charge to blow with that clacker. Definitely, I think Space Rangers were not amply prepared for what they wanted to do with that push. And while they actually did have the wall down. I apologize, but
yeah,
no flashes to complement that, and unfortunately funneled right into wall bangs.
Yeah, great idea. Just the execution got real sloppy about once the wall charge got put down. Mm-hmm. Everything else was like pretty clean up to that point. Just a lot of stuff got used there. But we are looks like it's going to be this beach ops pinch.
This is a very interesting one. Also, a very elongated beach that wraps down and around and offers cover.
Yeah, I mean, you get to push up onto the doors, right? But like, I don't really like this. Look at the path you have to take just to get in towards
bomb. Yeah,
it's just gross.
Very convoluted.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, this map is just an absolute pigsty of just everything is jammed on top of itself. So really close quarters, I like that. You don't normally get to see that. The only spot where you get the long angle is from ruins onto beach, as you see them starting to push in here. Again, Space Flare and Abara are up here on the door. As they throw in a molly, their own molly, to try to clear out the corner here off of power. I mean, interesting use there to try to clear that section out really quick. Does give power out, so the power is now out. Not seeing too many. There are a couple of flares thrown out for defense, so they do have vision. As they start pushing in, will Ripper. Oh, Sweet Tea picks him off from the other side. Okay, they did get a good collapse there. As they start working in towards this jungle. Here's where it gets really hard for attackers, though. At least they do have flares. Shotgun goes out. Molly goes out. Snipe goes out. Sweet Tea gets hit pretty hard there. The damage has been done there. Orange looking for another one, and he was really deadly with this with the last game, so trying to peek him is going to be real dangerous. Another shot goes out, another hit. We're seeing now Space and Uwu at both just minuscule amounts of health. It's so hard to push in towards this area.
Keep an eye out on Sue, too. He's making his way up with the Saber now. There's an accidental team kill from the mob.
Oh, frag goes out, though, while Nuclear Gandhi gets a pick off there. Smoke goes out. Push in off of space, picks off one. He's running through the smoke. Gets behind Nuclear Gandhi and takes him out. It's all down to one. Orange up above as he gets crossfired. The attackers do it with 22 seconds. Look at the health bars on these gents. It's almost nothing. The amount of damage Orange did was just disgusting, and they still couldn't pull it out.
Yeah, that was the story of that round for sure. All the damage, as we mentioned, the plan they had in mind, it was going to be very difficult, especially when they got up to the jungle door. But luckily, I mean, they got a break with an accidental TK. The lights were off, so I guess it made it more difficult for those two players, or those two teams to battle. But somehow, some way, Space Rangers with practically no help and the Saber still trying to make his way through the the very treacherous beach, still managed to push in and make that plan happen.
It was 3 men were pistol whip range, and after the accidental team kill, not one shot I think was taken by the defenders at that point. I think a pistol was used, and he was trying to shoot a man through the smoke, but missed all the shots. And poor Nuclear Gandhi was just left with his backside completely exposed, nobody there to cover it because of the smoke, and just gets dropped. I mean, that's tough. It was tough to watch.
Yeah. That was quite unfortunate there, but
especially, I mean, hey, it was such a good defense leading into it, right? Like, that was the thing. The damage was done.
Their best defense, for sure.
Yeah, they just need the follow-up. Yeah, and we find ourselves here on the side swap now. On this bank, Freedom Scepter. We saw the free green take off of loans and the push in on manager with the 5-man defense and accounting not really work out. It's looking like defense is going to be a little bit more spread out here from Space Rangers.
Yeah, they're definitely playing with the 2 objective mindset in this tile set for sure. They're going to have a good setup by Tellers. They're going to place Barb. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like they're expecting them to try to have some sort of green presence or push, but from at least where the utility pings are down, I think Orange Grove are going to be trying to either push straight in from lobby. I'm not sure. They're having a lot of pings down, but yeah, I've seen flashes and stuff by entrance. I think they're going to try to go for a lobby. They might even try to double blow here too, flashes inside a manager.
If they do take lobby, then this is really an important. If you're gonna push loans, which I'm seeing a lot of, like, there is a flash here, there's a smoke throwing here, yeah. So looking like it's just gonna be a lobby entrance blow. Abar is gonna be the first point of contact here in that corner, but he can actually, I mean, if he's patient enough to like wait in this lower corner and just take a really steep angle, he might be fine. Mm-hmm. He is using a shotgun, though, so yeah, I like this idea better, play off of Hall. We are going to have these Sweetie and Space Flare that are going to be holding that lobby, but it is looking like it's going to be all loans push.
Yeah, all loans. They have no clacker, no charge.
Yeah.
This
no charge.
Is interesting.
Maybe I'm not seeing any.
And
no clacker. It's all free, and they're bringing the Saber in on this loans push. Abar is might end up absolutely having a field day here. I mean, Sweet Tea and Space Flare are gonna have this steep angle too.
Yeah, I was gonna make mention how this team as well, not contesting green, just as their opponents did in the last round. The smoke comes in though, will give them some cover as they're gonna full 5-man push into the hallway here. I think you're right. I think Abra is going to be having a big day. They have every single person. Wolf is going to try to cover the lobby angles.
Oh, it's a smoke, and he has control. Oh, Abarra, stay in there. Boom, there's one. Okay, Space Flare gets dropped right after, but he's holding the smoke. Just stay in the dome. Okay, flash goes up, but it was misthrown. Shot.
Who's rotating? Might be able to cover for him.
Abarra takes out another. Gets a third with the cross on Sweet Tea. I mean, it's just doors open though. And they are pushing in. Sue, now on the backside, had to fall back a little bit. Door gets reclosed, though, and there's no attacker inside. Sweet Tea now kind of rotating out to see if he can get that pickup. Does get the kill. It is all down to Orange again on that sniper. A bar just needs to sit and hold the door and wait. I mean, this is all but over.
This
Yeah,
is
he's gonna
definitely
have to.
all but
He's gonna have
over.
to. The crazy part is he cannot escape. So if they push him, he will die unless they go one at a time. So if Sue and Uwu go and push him, he can't get out of this, right? But it is
Yeah,
Saber, and challenging that is gonna be really hard.
he's
Sue's gonna
going for it.
drop. Yeah.
And
And
ooh,
Sweetie, all right, all right. Yes, that's the thing. You need to. That needed to be a little bit more coordinated.
for
Throw the
sure.
molly, try to get it off of the back corner there. You know he's got to be in on that manager. I mean, at
Yeah,
that point,
and
you might as well. They didn't have an overly amount of heavy weaponry or special weapons, right? It was I think it was an Ingmar and a
a
no, it was
tub,
yeah, it was well one man at a tub, but it
Allegros.
was yeah, Legros was the other one where it was like,
Yeah,
we can sacrifice some of these. Who
I
cares?
maybe saw one AK. I'm not even positive, but yeah, it was a low
Yeah.
utility, low eco round for the
Yep.
defenders. It paid out for them. Abra, the hero of that
Yeah.
round, with a triple shotgun kill
Yeah.
and securing the
Abra.
vault. I'm not sure how that attacker got behind. I really thought for a second he was going to run into the vault.
Yeah, I mean,
Whoever the guy wasn't
had
accounting.
the opportunity to try to get in on the vault. If that would have happened, it would have just been horrible, right? Like defenders didn't have to. I mean, granted, Abra, which I don't know why I was reading his name the way I was, but anyway, he ended up having he ended up still having button control. So even if he would have closed it, I think they would have still been able to retake Vault. But still, I mean, he did so much legwork down there off a button with that shotgun. So much work.
Yeah, that was very well played by him. Staying passive, waiting for the smoke to come out to make a push. Never really made his presence known until the time was right. The rest of the team as well from lobby holding great angles to support Abra. And that was a quick cleanup by Space Rangers. And now they're going to be up 3-1. They're going to be using the mop themselves. Loaf still managed to save the Saber, as we saw at the end of that last round. That definitely may change the trajectory of this round, but it looks like the attackers might be trying to go for a quick hull blow. They're going to try to smoke off Pill and just direct into lockers. We'll see how spaced out the defenders are. This will be very interesting.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to a lot of factors.
I mean, it's just so tough because this switchback is just so difficult for the attackers to have to transition through, especially when you're going to have a barbed wire there. I do see one frag up off of Bush Monkey, so that at least could try to clear that. But they're expecting to be more barbed wire, so they might have to save it.
Yeah, we'll see. And ironically, there are no defenders on the left side of the map right now. Depending how fast they make this happen, the smoke pulling a little short.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Will the attackers know this? They really have no one positioned right now. They have one guy being able to play by the hall. Somehow one of the defenders are getting spotted trying to jump up on the
I don't know what's
sandbox. They're more distracted with the gymnastics here.
Well, they're trying to figure out where that scan is coming from, right? So they keep hearing it go off. They're like, are they on a door? And now they're just pushing in through the green. Sweet Tea just laying out some damage here. Oh, now they've got the door open. Okay.
They're running out. UAV claims the entry kill of this round.
Oh my goodness, as this has just gone, I thought there was a plan, and now all of a sudden it's just turning to kill everybody.
I have no idea what's going on.
Local Orange already got dropped. He had the Saber, but yeah, I don't really like the Saber on this map. Sweet Tea might get a flank here. Nope, he's going to go down right away because he challenged. That's a little bit dangerous. You got to just look for those wall pens. Oh! Space Flare. Snipes off of the backstage. Here we go. Unlucky. Challenge. Oh man, goes down to the black tower. It's down to 2v3 right now as they start pushing in towards locker. Space Flare gets another snipe. The flash goes out there as Abra tries to push. It's down to one man. Gets a pistol whip. He's rotating around. Does have a molly. He's going to try to challenge again. That's not going to work out as well. Ripper with enough health to be able to survive that initial pistol whip, but dang. All right, that went from we had a plan to we're just doing whatever.
Yeah, I was really confident that they were going to go and blow that hall door. I was sitting there like, wow, this is going to be such a great opportunity for the attackers. And then all of a sudden, I guess you're right, the confusion with the UAV, it kind of rattled everyone in the lobby, really, even the defenders trying to figure out how they were getting spotted. Space Ranger just flings that into Or sorry, I think that was actually Orange Grove that goes in the green, and then somehow they won that round out. The Saber getting stuck in club, mollied off, can't do anything, and yet they still managed to push all the way into lockers.
Not sure how many shots is left on the sniper. Either they did pick up the mop to forgo the Saber here on this map. Ooh, going all in on this. That's why they didn't. They wanted to. Well, I mean, they didn't use any explosives on the previous map, so now they got 3 explosives for this map. So they're just going to open all of the doors.
Oh,
interesting thing here is I think they're going to kick this, so they're going to have an extra charge somewhere because it looks like they're going to kick red. They're going to kick red, barb it, and then hold from runes. This runes is just such a rat nest. I would never want to push into this. So I really like this direct route. Get into jungle. You know, try to I mean, you still do have to come up here, so you will have to come up in this direction, which is for defenders. Again, very rune centric, but you know, it does give you some spots where you can kind of hold from different position here along the jungle walls. So, but
yeah,
interesting point that they have 3 charges here. Are they going to use them all?
I was going to make mention. What a gamble by them to try to take 3 charges on the final map. It may actually pay off. This angle into jungle's water, as you mentioned, will definitely force a lot of defenders to be relocating by the ruin spot. I'm really curious to see how they combo this with the other red blow by ruins too. If they are aware of this and they actually coordinate this at the right time, they'll have a really clean pinch and an easy avenue straight into sight.
A big part of this is where is Aber gonna play, and is Uwu Sweet Tea gonna get flashed out? Right, like if Uwu doesn't, they've got that barb too, which means I think that door is actually open. We'll see if they on this door.
And the door's not open. Close.
Oh no! You used all those explosives and they just opened all the doors up.
What a smart read by Space Rangers, honestly.
I mean, Uwu. Okay, so there's gonna be a frag does go out on ops. Sweetie peeks, gets 1, charges out, gets a 2nd, does get zapped at the end, but the damage has been done. I mean, that's 2 for 1 right there. You got 2 really coming up in the backside. Gandhi comes in and just gets cut down by Space Flare. All right, so they got 1 in on ops. It's a solo man push on the jungle. There's a solo man push on the bottom by Ripper. I mean, they just need to like get together and combine fire because they're in on a 4v2 and they are split. And Ripper goes down to Sue XO, and it is all down to, this is just gone from bad to worse. Abra now trying to make his way out, but immediately unlucky picks him up right at the end. I mean, my goodness, that swing. I mean, okay, save all your explosives for the last round. We're just gonna kick open all of the doors now. And now you have to walk into us with barbed wires on them. You don't have enough frag grenades to deal with it. Just brilliant play.
Yeah, really smart read by Space Rangers, honestly, to keep track of the utility that the attackers had. Kicking down those doors, as you mentioned, giving the control for them to initiate the gunfights, which is a really smart read into what the attackers were trying to do. The auto running out, getting a double, really stalled their push in the obs. They held down ruins well, played aggressive off the barbs with mollies. Honestly, just excellent play by Space Rangers right now as they deservedly go up.
Yeah,
very high IQ play, honestly.
I mean, the other thing, too, is being like, okay, they're using all of this utility, right? 2 door charges, clacker. Okay, where's their flashes? Right? How are they going to get into these other parts of the room? You know, like, you can't... Okay, so we kick the doors down now. Okay, Sweet Tea, you're on auto shotgun. You're never going to get flashed. Unless the person... The 2 people that are going to be able to carry flashes are standing there. Right? And then he just gets... Okay, so they use the frag and still didn't follow it up with any flashes. And then Sweet Tea just swings them and gets 2. Right? And just goes down with the ship and did a lot of damage to third. I mean, it was freaking... You know, again, just well read by that team. Bringing us over onto this C-Stored, we see Shattered Overlord here.
Yeah, this is a really interesting C-Store, honestly. The lights all the way in the back corner of the map, not accessible really by any red doors. The attackers cannot really plan to even utilize light play to their advantage And it looks like they're in fact going to try to open up in the storefront and swing through. This is a lot of crosses for him to clear, though. Might also try to go and potentially enter office, it seems. This is going to be a very interesting round for the attackers. I think storefront has a lot of angles that they're going to have to make sure they're aware of, like all of them from freezer, back fridges, even in the corner storefront near arcade. That's a big double door there. They can swing out and get pressure on. And this is also a pivotal point for the attackers too. They drop this round, they're going to be going down 5-2, and that's going to be a pretty big lead for them to try to supplant or overcome. So we'll see what Orange Grove has in mind and how they're going to pull off this execution. Actually, I think they're going to even drop the wall. This is going to be a full green.
Yeah,
full green with a saber again.
Yeah, I actually like this. Sue's actually waiting with... Oh, no. Decided to throw the barbed wire on one side of bomb, too. So it's on the back side. Decided to change that bomb placement, but here we go. Although I like this barb where it's at, Sweetie. Oh, Sweetie going with more wall banging. Fred goes out and doesn't clear the wire. Oh no, this is travesty. Oh,
this is really bad. They're using the Legros to wall bang. They threw a flash, but not pushing off of it still. Okay, they're finally moving in, but the auto's rotated.
Yeah, no, well, they do have this wall charge here, which Orange just gets absolutely just hit. As they start pushing in, Sweet Tea does go down on that north side. Unlucky, now it's starting to push towards that door. Is going to try to challenge again, but Nuclear Gandhi takes out two. Spacemen are trying to swing. Oh no, they're all going in one at a time. Orange now, Abra, the last man left, and the storefront has complete control. As he works his way back through bathroom, he's going to find Bush Monkey and Ripper. As he's got to back up now. He tries to get the swing, is now in a room with two people, and that is it. Okay, so they still have life in this now 4-3 round. Real clean, though. Nobody goes down. Gandhi picks up 2 and is at again, like 10 health. Survives into the next round. Poor Orange ended up getting that early blow, and somebody hit him pretty hard. Ends the round with 3 health left.
Yeah, and honestly, judging off how the beginning of that round went, that looked like a clear Space Rangers advantage. The nade missing on the barb in shed. A lot of damage being dealt as they were trying to funnel into office, but unfortunately, many of those defenders did not rotate over in time to really make an impact. I believe it was poor Bush Monkey who got stuck in there. Actually, the entire team was in there, and they were picking off Space Ranger defenders one by one as they were funneling into Teller and opening the arcade. That was, just, I don't know. I think not a great hold by Space Rangers, at least in terms of coordinating. They weren't really, I guess, determined, or they couldn't make a decision on whether or not they wanted to fully rotate over to office. And unfortunately, by the time they had that wall down on storefront, most of them just got caught rotating.
Yeah,
Loaf of Orange had a field day with the saber trying to pick them off in freezer.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Even at the low health that he ended up fighting himself, did get challenged a little bit, but was able to shut it down immediately. His sniping is very, very good. So challenging him is a difficult task. But I will say the defense on that from the Space Rangers was a little bit one at a time. And especially when you're trying to challenge attackers, that's why they have the larger health pool, is because defenders can't really challenge them in a 1v1. You have to play for the crosses. You have to do the baits. You have to be able to pull them in. So brings us to that 4-3. We do find ourselves on Magnanimous Vice. This factory pretty wide open once you get into the bomb zone, though. A little bit tough getting through some of the other, like, fans, pipeworks. DACA is the most direct route, but not a lot of cover there either. So it's looking like it's going to be at least the 3-2 here. Trying to push in through the servers and through the boiler. Boiler is really dangerous. This asset, pretty gnarly, the angles you can get on this. Off of the door, you can be standing up here, or even off of the office, and get some pretty hefty angles on the attackers. But
absolutely,
we'll see if they end up how much defense gets devoted into trying to hold power, because it is in this pinch point. So if you are going for a power play, obviously that's what it's looking like to me. You get your servers push, you get your 3-man on boiler, you take lights, and then you start pushing into the rest of docks.
Yeah, for sure. a very wide open office, and the bomb's not even in the cargo crate as well. So definitely, I think having to hit lights here is going to be very crucial for the attackers. Seems like they're going to be going the long way, making all the way around the boiler. Don't want to expose themselves at all to green. A lot of the Space Ranger defenders are setting themselves up in cargo as well. Hopefully they listen to this audio and potentially rotate. They don't want to be caught rotating late as happened on the C-Store last round, or else Orange Grove is going to be able to take lights for completely free.
I like this defense from Sweet Tea too, sitting up on the pipeworks, waiting for the sniper to come in. A lot of times there will be a Saber player that'll just wait until power goes out to be able to crawl in. So Sweet Tea waiting there is going to be good. As we hear the door charge go off, we do see them swinging around now. Sue is going to peek at the absolutely wrong time. Flash goes out, is able to bail out in time. As this push in on Boiler, Flash goes in. Ripper the first point of contact here. As Sue starts a fight with Nuclear Gandhi and drops him right away. Does bail out after that, as Unlucky now trying to trade some shots in with the Gingerbread Man.
The Gingerbread Man, and unfortunately now...
It's hard
Orange
to say
Grove is already
man,
down 2 people.
Struggle with that. Yeah, I mean, we're already down 2. Attackers now having to like move their way in here. As does get spotted there, so as they start pushing in, Bush Monkey now trying to transfer his way in, but Abra waiting with that sniper. If Bush peeks this, he's gonna go down unless it's missed. And Sweet Tea picks up Orange Loaf. As Bush now tries to push in, gets killed. Okay, well, we're down to 27 seconds left, and Gingerbread Man is the last man left with a frag and a dream.
Yeah, it is not looking great. Unfortunately, I think he's just about ran out of time, and this will give the attackers, or sorry, the defenders a lot of time to not loot up. Ooh's going to get the full Saber package now. They're going to be able to bring that into the final map.
Sue okay, Sue with the 3K played this so smart that he's waiting to challenge, didn't full challenge the window, waited until they flashed, then was far enough back that he swung, right? Did a lot of damage, then falls back and holds the really sharp 90-degree angle, picks up a second one as he walks back over, and then gets the third as he walked in back on the other side. I mean, like, really smart play. Yeah. Especially when he was doing the green door defense there, and again, waiting for Saber. You know, hey, there's gonna be somebody that's gonna go through this fan. They put the lights out, and then just ends up clapping him with the shotgun at close range and gets the item. Freaking perfect.
Without a doubt, props to Uwu there for staying home, staying dedicated to his play. Sue, as you mentioned, great hold of green by himself. I'm not even sure if he had a molly. That was just a ton of peaks that he had to take advantage of and opportunities that he made happen by himself. And the rest of the team, great job too, also holding down the office, not allowing the defenders or the attackers, even with the lights out, to make way into office. That was really the win condition, I believe, of that round, especially with the lights out, is whether or not Orange Grove were going to be able to take the lights and also make their way into office. They weren't able to accomplish both, and we saw that round played out. But looking at the map here, it appears they have a lot of flashes and smokes that they're going to try to chain on top of each other. Potentially going to be going straight into manager for lights and then smoking their way past the teller. The smokes aren't going to be deep, though, so they got to be careful. The defenders could move right through those cones without line of sight and potentially make their way in and contest them. But I think there's something interesting to note, too. The attackers do actually have the auto shotty here. They'll make it very easy from the open doorways and push through this map. But once again, I think the lobby smokes here are going to really be telling what the story of how this round goes.
My question is where is the defense Saber going to go? That's what I want to know. Is where? Oh, it's Saber Mop.
Oh, they have both snipers.
Yeah.
This is going to be...
Claire now running around. I mean, this could be detrimental. I mean, it looks like it's going to be... They're hard guessing that it's going to be this manager push, and if that does happen, I feel like it's going to get shut down really quick.
Yeah, Ooh is playing right for the manager swing along with Sue and Abra. I'm sure once they get the infill off a green kick, they'll reposition accordingly. But at the moment, it looks like Ooh is poised to challenge this manager blow. as all of Orange Grove are actually there in position. The door does get opened. Flash is not out there waiting for mollies. They're pushing in. How many shots will Uwu get out?
Oh, there's a frag from Sue. Oh my goodness, and Sweet Tea picks up another. As Orange tries to challenge with the auto shotgun, gets it! Oh my gosh, that range! As he tries to swing back in, Sue gets a third. My goodness,
wow.
But again, damage has been done. Space Flare waiting. I mean, it's all barbed wire. To charge this is going to be a certain death. And there it is.
A nice shot from Space Flare to top off a really impressive split. Putting them at match point now against Orange Grove. And wow, the one piece utility we didn't see from all the sides was one nade. And that nade really made an impact as Sue actually jumps up to top damage by a single point over Uwu there. Him and Uwu doing a great job along with Space Flare. A lot of damage, a lot of kills, and they are definitely the difference makers in this match as they now have a commanding 6-3 lead.
Yeah, I was not paying attention to the other utility that the defenders had taken. I was more enamored with, oh, it's double sniper, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how will that function? And yeah, missed the fact that apparently a frag grenade got taken and was not used. Lesson to all you new players and kids out there: unless you're saving that frag, just throw it, get rid of it. Don't let the defenders get it. Because if they do, you're dead. You know, like throw it out into the ether. Go drop it on the other side of a door, right? On that factory, so it doesn't get picked up. But to run it and just get murked with one of the strongest utilities in the game, not so great.
Yeah, nades and clackers definitely do not want those going in the hands of defenders, as it costs Orange Grove dearly.
Absolutely.
And now they're going to have a uphill battle of trying to figure out how they're going to win 3 defenses in a row and at least try to get 1 point out of this matchup. As it seems Space Rangers feel more than confident to get that singular round. They're getting a lot of interesting drawings out. Most of which have already been removed by the time that we panned over, unfortunately. But to the attacker's point, I mean, everything's been going relatively smooth for them. Space Rangers doing a great job with utility and just maximizing everything they have.
No, 100%. I will say that if this plan is coming to fruition, if it is the line that they've drawn into here to push Teller and get in, I mean, it is kind of getting counter-called a little bit. I saw mollies getting picked up, lots of barbed wire coming out. And they're going to be trying to barb in off of this storage to try to hold it. So pushing Teller is not going to be as easy, I think, as it seems. And then even if they do get Teller, it is possible for Orange to be able to counter snipe, and if you can do it quick enough, to be able to pick up if the Saber's sitting out front. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening here.
We'll see. And it looks like Orange Grove are definitely actually eyeing at least a potential store. They have the auto shotgun nearby. Nuclear Gandhi has an AK and a Molly poised to help at least delay their push for the time being. And they're doing they have 3-4 people on the top side of the map, so we're going to see a clash of bodies for sure. It appears Sue might actually try to go green. He's going to find himself potentially having to push through a barb and a knack player, so that's going to be quite the battle for him.
Yeah, we do see a wall charge coming out here too, so I think this play is switched up. They aren't going to push storage. I think they're just going to do a full storefront push, from what it looks like. They did do a little bit of a switch up in the truck. That's kind of why they were a little bit late to this. We're already at 133.
I think they also have a door on that freezer. They're going to catch Bush here. He's in a really tight position. I'm not sure how he got out of there.
Yeah, horrible Molly as that starts going out, and the defenders are already starting to get hemmed in here. Nuclear Gandhi just gets full flash, cannot see as Space Flare wraps around behind him. Orange Low trying to get the reply with the pistol here, gets in close range, goes down as well. As he does get picked up from the backside, they're already on the bomb, and it's down.
Oh wait, they're not watching the auto from Freezer.
Auto from Freezer. From behind! Oh! Cleaned up. Sweet Tea picks off one. It's now in a 1v1, but it's Sniper v Auto Shotgun here.
Ooh, Sweet Tea not watching the angle for that either. That gives Ripper some time to potentially relocate.
Goes out. Second flash as he moves in. Ripper on the backside is going to get absolutely clapped, though. Yeah, Sweet Tea sniffing him out on the backside of that. Good games. Round end. Really clean there. I mean, it got a little bit Ripper picking up that auto shotgun and just swinging in behind. Oh my goodness, it almost went the distance.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to be the round there, but doing a great job of the Saber, picking up at least some of the defenders, pushing alongside Ripper, and he manages to clutch out that 1v1. Pivotal play, props to Space Rangers, who will win the match 7-3. And as we were talking about this whole time, they definitely were playing like the better team this game. Doing a great job of just positioning on most of the maps, holding down together. They definitely look like the more coordinated team. They were doing some interesting plays too. We've seen them swap out of pushes that we initially thought they were going to go for. They were definitely doing their best to keep Orange Grove on their toes, and it paid dividends for them.
Yeah, I really did like that switch up at the end because they're just like, hey, we're on match point. Wall charge, door charge. We're gonna go all in, right? They took Saber too, so it was a big power play from them, and defenders did the same. You know, they took auto shotgun and the sniper. Sadly, it's just the flash placements on that entry for storefront were just perfect. Uh, it just absolutely full blinded. I think Nuclear Gandhi just didn't even get to play the game because all he was looking at was snow, right? Like,
Yeah, Gandhi was out of the equation. I'm surprised Bush Monkey somehow managed to get past the freezer after they blew the door. But he was definitely damaged. The auto couldn't really make any play as he was backed up in the lights. That was just a really clean, really well-timed and well-executed push by Space Rangers. That was the story of the game. We saw that in many rounds. And they also had some really impressive defenses, too. And we're not going to talk about that first round defense again, but
I mean, again, and there were just some really smart, again, 500 IQ plays. That play where they drop, yeah, really smart plays. There was some interesting things done by the opposing team where they tried to get them off kilter, and their reaction was good enough that they were able to actually adjust to that. I think watching how many charges that the enemy team had not used at the start of the game, and then going, okay, we're just gonna kick all the doors down, so the charges are useless, was again just really heads up play. You could tell that they were in it to win it. So yeah, really fun.
For sure. That was a great match to cast.
Oh, 100%.
It was competitive for sure, too. It was even 4-3 at one point. It was a close one. Space Rangers just, playing a little bit better, making a bit more adjustments on their attacks and their executes for defense, and it made the difference.
100%. Yeah, again, very entertaining cast. Some really, again, outside of the box thinking from the two teams. Really like calling some of the plays there.
For sure. And as we see on the scoreboard too, making a quick mention of that, Sweetie, 9-4, 1,400 damage. He played very impressively for Space Rangers. Wasn't always the highlight player of every round, but I mean, he had his moments. We saw him shut down the Saber play on Fan. We saw him the very next round with the Saber get a few picks as well. And even earlier in the round with the Legros doing a lot of damage, putting a lot of the attackers in low health situations that allowed his teammates to also capitalize on it. Great play by him. I would have to say he's probably the MVP of that match. Only second, maybe, to the nade by Sue. That was probably the greatest play of the match.
That's what I was going to say. I was waiting for you to wrap up because it's like, I don't know. Sue played pretty good this game. Sweetie, yeah, a lot of, again, really good, clean, like, mop-up plays or just like, hey, I need to just chill here. Very patient play, I think, from Sweetie, which that he really, or they very much benefited from that.
For sure.
But I will say, yeah, man, Sue with just had some really just, hey, I'm gonna just throw this over here, and or I'm gonna swing this guy and have really strong defense, and do some really good hit and run tactics. Just Sue played really well.
For sure, I think that second split they had on defense, the factory followed up with the bank round. He single-handedly just took over those rounds and gave his team the 100%. Advantage to finish out the match.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, overall, I think, like we said, the both teams played had moments where they were really shining, which made it really entertaining to cast for sure.
For sure, and I mean that's about all for me. I don't believe we have any interviews going on with any of the players. But yeah, it was a great match, and we've been saying it was a pleasure casting with you, Mr. Z.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me in here short notice. I mean, it was funny. I was actually playing the last match too, so I got to see both sides of the game up front and from the sky. It was an enjoyable night for sure.
Well, I just jumped in to lend a hand. So yeah, short notice, but yeah, it all worked out well.
For sure. And yeah, that's
well,
about it.
The outro. With this entertaining cast, as it all starts coming off the rails, this has been a DPL cast. We all got together. We all got to hang out. Got to make some fun calls and watch some good plays by some great players. So really appreciate you all for sticking around and hanging out with us and watching some due process. And we'll see you guys in the next one.